Out of all of the descriptors I imagined for Birds of Prey, I didn't think Dead in the Water would be one of them. I mean, maybe, just maybe, Hollywood should stop listening to that specific crowd out there. You know that one. Because all of the buzzwords and all of the stuff they throw out, yeah, that's absolutely meaningless. Hey there, so today we are returning to that wonderful world of movies to talk about Birds of Prey, changing it up for current year, and well, how you don't sell tickets and you don't fill movie theaters going out that way. Here, for example, is Matt M. from Comic Book News talking about not one, not two, not three, but 4 different places and how they're underperforming when it comes to ticket sales. Remember, this is a movie that went to the boards telling you that you need a certain type of movie. You need certain type of descriptors added to it. And you can see all of the hype here. I mean, look at this, for example, where you have 15 seats out of everything else that are occupied, and available, that is in blue. Or how about bringing this to another location where you don't have any seats sold because, hey, everybody is so excited. Here's a third one in that too. I mean, you'll see a few middle row seats that have been sold, but when you look at this, I mean, the majority of your theater is empty. And here's yet another selection where you can go out, you can pick out any seat you want. And again, remember, this is 1 week off of something that is supposed to be one of those highly anticipated films. If you look at some of the responses too, they showcase other places, including Eugene, Oregon, and we know how certain places out there are described. As the poster puts it, I live in probably one of the wokest cities in the wokest state. Yeah, and nobody seems to care. See, if a picture speaks 1,000 words, then what does this say right here? And what should Hollywood take with a lesson? I mean, you have one of the biggest commodities out there with Harley Quinn. You have a huge DC commodity. You also have the Joker, a tie-in product to Harley Quinn that just came off one of the most fantastic runs we've ever seen. I mean, we have the first R-rated movie hitting $1 billion that ties into this. So yeah, you should be able to sell tickets. As far as the media has been concerned with this too, this has been a film that they've been hyping. And maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe you do need adversarial media. But look at the way that they are able to throw around names. They have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker mentioned here, for example, with crossover questions. They have John Wick brought up and how John Wick's director helped with action scenes, telling you, hey, this is something you should be able to check out. Now, in addition to the media hype wagon, you also have the paid-for spots. And those paid-for spots, yeah, Birds of Prey, it leads the top of the ad spending line. I mean, if you look at this article in front of you, for example, if we skip down to the second paragraph, you'll notice that they spent an estimated media value of $6.94 million on 431 national ads airing on 23 networks. And remember, too, that's just for that week. That's exactly what they spent for 1 week out there, not the week leading up to the movie. So when you figure that in, you're going to spend over $10 million additionally. Other places are sounding off too, as you can see here in front of you, with Mexico talked about. You can see this in the picture as well, A through P, and you notice how many seats are sold there. Two freaking tickets with all of that hype. Man, it really sounds like you're getting your money's worth. Here's yet another poster telling you about this too, saying my local ArcLight Theater in Santa Monica is selling advance tickets to Birds of Prey, and as of this moment, no more than 4 to 6 tickets sold at each showing in very large theaters, 170 plus seats. I'm sensing another Charlie's Angel levels disaster in the works. They give you a picture of this too. I mean, you can check that out here and just look at all of the openings. They have theirs marked in red, what has been picked up. I mean, you can see here 6 tickets out of the entire theater. And again, it looks like a disaster in the making. Another poster showcases this as well, with 4 theaters being spotlighted. In the first one, you can see 6 tickets being sold out of that. And remember, when we're talking this is opening night for the movie. We're not talking about going out on the run. We're talking about the time when hype should hit. Here is another one. You have a few seats in the middle sold, a couple in the back, but by and large it is open. The third one actually has the most seats sold that I have seen so far, but still, remember, that is relatively empty considering what's around. And then in the fourth one, you have 7 tickets sold out of the entire auditorium. I mean, it does not seem to bode well for the movie. Now, as with all things, somebody tries to come in and tries to destroy that narrative, telling you, no, these tickets are selling. In fact, Birds of Prey tickets are outselling Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman, so you don't know what you're talking about. Now, Bounding Into Comics does a good job summarizing a lot of what is reported there by noting the following. Inaccurate claims on the part of Atom Tickets and the online shill sites BOP is outselling Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman in pre-order sales fueled Cosmic Book News or Matt M's reportage. He had pointed out that Atom App, the place that is going out to shill, wasn't widely used in 2016 to 2017 when Wonder Woman and Suicide Squad came out, which is true. If I wasn't going out and I wasn't actually having my site utilized, therefore, well, maybe if I'm having it used a little more now, yeah, I could say that I'm driving more traffic. That doesn't mean that it's selling better. It just means it's selling better for you, and that's not a good way of reporting it. They also note that there's a disparity as well between Wonder Woman and Suicide Squad's opening hauls. David Ayer's Squad earned $133 million in its first weekend, and the Amazon Silver Screen debut opened at $100 million plus, a drop of $33 million. Also, according to Matt M., tracking for Birds of Prey is tracking at $50 million at the highest, which he calls really high and exaggerated, given the lack of tickets sold. I think a few posters are right about exactly how this movie will proceed, too, with you not being allowed to criticize it. I'm calling it now that Birds of Prey is going to be the next Black Panther, and that no one will be allowed to criticize it without being called double-ists, and I'm not really looking forward to that. That's very true. You won't be allowed to say anything, otherwise you're up. And I also agree with this. Birds of Prey, it seems to be going through a similar effect that the 2016 Ghostbusters had. If you don't like that movie, well, you're an ist and who can't appreciate films with strong female characters. If you like that movie, though, well, you're best person alive. You somehow have relevance. You deserve all the backclaps in the world. And that's exactly how certain people go out and encapsulate any blowback, as you see right here in front of you. Almost as expected, the same people who made daily angry YouTube videos claiming that Captain Marvel would bomb are now claiming the same thing about Birds of Prey. I wonder why that is. I don't know. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because this movie, it looks like absolute trash and all of the buzzwords are out there. But nope, that can't be the thing. They say. It's almost as if, and correct me if I'm wrong, some people don't want, strong female lead movies to succeed. So that's exactly what they go with. The Mary Sue is also out there with all the buzzwords and pomp and ceremony telling you those certain types of ists. They're talking about this movie in a negative way without seeing it. Oh my God, where have I seen this before? The one bright spot to all of this, though, are statements like this from the Mary Sue, where they can't even keep the narrative together in current year. You see, time and again, it's hard to even have an honest critical conversation about female-led movies because of men and some women on the internet trashing the movies in bad faith before we even get a chance to see it. So let's take a moment, buckle in, and explore why men, and again, some women on the internet continue to be the worst. So if women have a problem with this too, maybe, just maybe, those terrible ticket sales, they aren't based on ism. Maybe they're based on something else. Maybe you need to go back to the blackboard and maybe think about what you attach to people Or maybe you need to go out and forget the women are involved. I don't know. But anyway, you tell me what you think, and will this movie fail? So ending this, I want to thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you empowering endeavors. If you like this stuff, subscribe to it, share these movies. You know the drill by now. Let me thank you for your time too. You know, a lot of these folks out there, they forget about it. I don't want to do that, so I do appreciate you, and I want to thank you for being here. And I won't take up any more of your time except to say thank you. We do this about every day, so, you know, join us then too. Thanks.